Welcome to the Political Power Hour with your host, former congressional candidate, retired federal agent, and three-time author, Michael Velarde, highlighting today's political hot topics, the most hard-hitting political commentary on the air today. Enjoy the show.
Welcome. I'm your host, Mike Velarde. Welcome back to the Political Power Hour. I have a super guest today, Steven Giordano. He is running for sheriff in Port St. Lucie County. And I just want to welcome all my audience back. It's been a while. And for the first time, I am endorsing a Democrat. And because he is the type of guy who has the right values. So it's not about political party. It's about what your values are. And I truly believe in this man. And I want to introduce him to you right now. Steve, welcome to the Political Power Hour.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You really impressed me when I met you. I love your values. I love what you stand for. And I'd like for you to take the next few minutes to tell the audience about who you are, what you've done, and what you plan to do as sheriff.
Absolutely. So my name's Steven Giordano. I'm a longtime resident of St. Lucie County. I've been there since 1989. I grew up there. I went to school there. I have a wife and two kids. And I think it's very important that we have a hometown guy, running the department that he knows, that he's from, that he worked for. So for me, it's not about politics. It's more about the community, law enforcement, and bridging that gap and bringing that together, Mike. Absolutely.
I mean, you're a community policing type guy. You have some real good solutions for the public.
Absolutely.
Why don't we talk a little about that? Because we're going to go live. We're going to go take some phone calls in a little while.
Okay.
But tell people what you plan to do and why you're the best person for this job.
Absolutely. Great questions. So I plan on building the best community-oriented policing program that we've ever seen in the state of Florida. And how do we do that? Well, we have to get the community involved, not politics or politicians. We have to get down to dig deep into the grassroots, boots on the ground, get involved, knocking on doors, talking to the community, and building those relationships with the individuals in the community, knowing that we have trust with law enforcement, that we're here to help. And if you see something, you can say something and feel comfortable about it. So I think that's imperative to our community, that they feel that trust and comfort with law enforcement.
Yeah, know your local cop.
Absolutely. Know your local sheriff.
Right, your local sheriff, of course. Right, exactly.
And we want somebody that's personable and approachable. We don't need another politician.
No, I agree with you 100%. And I think you can cross the bridge between Democrat and Republican, and you can bring both together. You're the kind of person that...
Well, I used to be a Republican.
Yes, exactly. So you know from both sides of the aisle.
That's why I feel I'm the best candidate. But at the end of the day, it's not about a Republican or Democrat. The sheriff should be a nonpartisan race. I firmly believe the sheriff should be a nonpartisan race because the safety of our community is our number one priority, not politics.
Right. So those are the two things: lower the crime rate, safety in the community, and two, get to know the local sheriff so that people, instead of being afraid of the sheriffs, are friendly with them and they know the community. They know what's going on in the community. They have communication with the public. And that way everyone can have a safe environment. And that's what we really want, is to have a safe environment, isn't it?
Yeah, safety of our community is number one. And we want every family to feel safe. If you have a problem, I want you to feel comfortable calling St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office.
Right. And if you'd like to call into our show tonight, the number is 888-994-4995, Studio A. Call into Studio A. And Steve will be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Absolutely. And my phone number has been available when I decided to run for sheriff on my website and on my Facebook since day one. I'm the available sheriff. I'm the hometown sheriff. If you have any questions, complaints, concerns, I'm genuinely here to help you any way that we can.
So why don't you take 2 minutes to give all your information to our audience?
So my website's GiordanoForSheriff.com. And you can also see my Facebook page is Steven Giordano for St. Lucie County Sheriff. And also my YouTube channel is GiordanoForSheriff.com as well.
Spell it in case they can't read it on the screen.
It's like the pizza.
Right, exactly.
Giordano,
okay.
Giordano.
Excellent. And do you want to give out any other information, email, phone, anything else?
Steven Giordano for Sheriff at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Steve's the kind of person you could reach out to him. He'll answer your questions. He has the old-fashioned perspective of he's here to serve. Correct
Absolutely.
me if I'm wrong,
I work for you guys. I'm here to work for you.
and he has 10 years experience working
At St. Lucie County Sheriff's.
Working at the Sheriff's Department. So you know the Sheriff's Department well,
Absolutely.
which would make you really the best suited person for the position.
Well, I know the jail. I know the courthouse. I know the community. I have a lot of support in Fort Pierce.
Yes.
A lot of the votes do come from Port St. Lucie, not the majority from Fort Pierce. So, I know Port St. Lucie just as well. It's just much bigger and growing at a faster rate.
Right, which is excellent. What are the demographics? I mean, you're seeing a lot of growth in Florida.
Yes.
What has been the demographics, the growth into Port St. Lucie County over the last few years?
So we have a lot of people moving up from down south. A lot of
Okay.
people from Miami, West Palm Beach. Property value shot up. I'm also a realtor. I'm a businessman. I'm an investor in my community, my county. I own multiple properties. But I think, when people have the opportunity to make hundreds of thousands of dollars on selling their home down south, and the values in Port St. Lucie weren't at the peak as they are in Miami, then they'll make a couple $100,000, put 3.5 down in an FHA loan or 5% on a conventional loan, and then they'll pocket a couple $100,000 and be very happy.
Let's talk about what's going on with the migrant situation in Port St. Lucie County right now.
Yeah, so our Marine unit, we have one boat with 2 deputies. We don't really have an immigration problem, but of course we will need to enhance and keep our borders and beaches secure. But I think for the most part, we have great deputies. They're very vigilant. They're always talking with locals and community and boats and safety, and they're out there every day sweating. So it's not an easy job. It's very hard. So we definitely need to secure our beaches and our borders here locally and make sure that we don't have people just pulling up to our waterways and jumping off on our beaches. But I definitely want to enhance that just to always keep safety of our community.
Of course. So we got another question. Mary, welcome to the show. What's your question, Mary?
Hi. Hello. How are you doing?
Hi, Mary. Very nice to meet you.
I just heard when this question sounded fantastic. That's something that's been on my mind because often I live in the Jupiter area, Stewart area, and our police force here is fantastic. For the area, but can't see boats. Just other illegals washing up. So that is a huge problem. How do we deport them once they get here? How are they processed?
Yeah, so they will get arrested if they come on illegally. They get detained at our local county jail, and then usually ICE picks them up, and they're being held and shipped out.
Okay, so they get shipped out and not just put in one of the migrant centers and released into the United States?
Correct. Usually they go back to wherever it was that they're from.
Okay.
They get a ticket down to Miami, and then Miami sends them on a plane back to a different country.
Oh, good. Because I know some other states, they don't do that. They just release them into the United States. Okay. Well, that's really good to know. Also, I was curious, what else will make you the best candidate for sheriff?
Well, I think just being a local, knowing the community, knowing the people, having such a good rapport with the community already, and also knowing the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Department and having a lot of friends in that agency that want to see me be the next sheriff really encourages me. Because I didn't know that I was going to run for sheriff. I just seen an opportunity, and I said, you know what, I think I'll be better than the competition at the time, because he didn't have knowledge of Fort Pierce or the jail or the courthouse. So I felt I would be a better candidate for that reason.
Oh, wow.
So I put my name in the hat.
Okay. Yeah, it's good for a potential sheriff to be knowledgeable about his surroundings, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if you don't know a department, why would you want to, if you're already in a department, why would you want to switch departments? To me, it just didn't make sense.
I understand.
Yeah.
Mary, thank you so much for your call.
And Mary, just so you know, too, for me, it's about the community and the people. I'm not here for a political agenda. I'm not here for ego. I'm not here for power. I just want to help the deputies. I want to help the community and genuinely bring that together. It's for me, it's a better quality of life. I need to bring that to the community,
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank
Sounds
you, Mary.
fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
No, appreciate the call. Thank you, Mary.
And good luck. Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's great. So far, we had 2 callers, and one was for the right show, so that was good. So we really appreciate Mary coming on and talking to you. So I'm sure we're gonna have a couple more calls before we're done.
Yeah,
But
just waiting.
specifically,
Yes.
what 2 things do you really want to see changed when you become sheriff? What are the first 2 things you're going to do?
That's a really good question. I think really just getting out into the community with cars and knocking on doors and hearing the complaints of the people and what we can do to change that is definitely the community-oriented policing program, to get involved actively with the youth. We have a lot of gang violence. We had 11 shootings in the month of May.
Wow.
Well,
we got another caller, so we're going to go to
Okay.
the caller, and then we're going to come back. You're going to tell us about your plans. Vanessa, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. What is your question for the next sheriff?
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Vanessa. Very nice to meet you.
You too as well. My concerns are basically I would like to know is what are your plans for you to reduce the recent upticking in shootings?
The uptaking in what? I'm sorry?
Shootings.
Oh, in shootings?
Shootings.
So, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So are we talking about youth shootings or just shootings in general?
We can do shootings in general first, and then I would like to, concentrate on youth shootings as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, absolutely. We have a lot of, like I was just telling Mike, we had 11 shootings in the month of May. I think we need to talk with the community, talk with parents. We need to knock on doors, and we need more deputies in the community, period. Because my approach is I want to ride with the windows down, not the windows up. And what does that mean? We need to listen to the community and to the people. I mean, if there's shootings, do you think that would happen if there was a cop there, Vanessa?
No, I don't think so.
Right. So the problem I see is presence. So we don't need deputies sitting underneath trees. We need deputies going into the communities and talking with people, literally getting out of your car, talking with neighbors, talking with residents. Why do drug dealings keep happening in specific areas? Why do murders only happen in specific areas? So we need to figure out what is it that we can do to help you be more of a successful community, to where we can lower the crime. Not every drug dealer wants to sell drugs. They just don't have another choice. So we need to really just emphasize in talking with people in the community, because if you see something, I want you to feel comfortable to say something.
Yes, that's awesome. That's great points. Also, I have another question that has been, I have kids 17 years old and 15 years old, and there's been a lot of when it comes to them walking to the bus, there's been a lot of hit and runs. There's been a lot of accidents with people getting run over. I wanted to know what can we do to kind of help prevent that.
Absolutely. And that's one of my biggest things is traffic. Traffic right now is out of control. What I wanted to do was I wanted to definitely get some undercover units, undercover cars, because when you see a cop, what do? You slow down, right?
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So if we have cops in undercover cars, they will be able to catch the speed racers. They'll be able to catch the people blowing the red light. So I want to have an undercover traffic task unit that is out patrolling 24/7, available to catch these guys that are just blowing red lights, causing tragedies and accidents, causing insurance rates to go up, and really just hit the nail on the head and get people out there to raise awareness. I really want to set a hard presence with traffic my first year in office, for sure.
Yeah, that definitely concerns me because both of my kids go to high school, so it's early morning,
Right.
and everybody likes to speak. Morning, everybody's trying to get home. Everybody's trying to get to work, either depending on what shift you work. So that definitely, I always worry about that.
Yeah, and also to go along with the school, I'd like to see the school resource deputies, patrolling, not just standing still or out, stationary. I'd like to see them, with their squad cars on the outside of the jail as an entrance for a deterrent, with their lights on.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
that would be great for them. They need that extra, to feel safe.
Absolutely, and that's my goal, is to make sure every citizen feels safe in St. Lucie County.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer my question.
No problem, Vanessa.
Those
Thank
were
you
like
for
one of
taking
my
the time to
top
call in. We value you. You're a taxpayer, and I'm here to get elected. So anything I could do to help, I'm here for you.
Oh, thank you very much. You
Yes,
guys
ma'am.
have a great day. Thank you
Yes,
for taking
ma'am.
the
You
time.
as well.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Mike, as well.
All right. So we'll go back to that question before we have to go to a commercial break. On you started to talk about the two things you plan to do as soon as you get into office.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have another commercial. Okay, we're going to break for a commercial. We'll be back, and when we get back, he's going to tell us the two most important things. The first things he's going to do when he takes the job in January. Thank you.
Text alert! Text alert!
I was receiving letter after letter from the IRS.
I got Mike Vellotti on the phone and I said, Mike, I got a problem.
He took the pressure off my shoulders.
He just made me feel like I had Superman on my side.
Trust me, he's the man to go to.
IRS problems? I'm Mike Velarde, enrolled agent. I can help. My company, Winning Tax Solutions, has always gotten our clients the best possible results. Visit us at winningtaxsolutions.com or call us today.
You've been watching the Political Power Hour with Mike Velarde. For more information, email us at mikevelarde@gmail.com. That's Velarde with one L. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Thank you. All right, Steve. So let's go back and let's talk us about your two main things that you want to see changed in Port St. Lucie. Look, we know one thing. You're going to be very diligent about the migrants coming in. You plan to stop the shootings. You want more presence. Yeah. So you want to have deputies out there 24/7. You want more undercover cops to stop the speeders. Yeah. And what else do you think really needs to be changed in Port St. Lucie?
Absolutely. So I think we need to work on a reform program to help individuals. So if you got in trouble, when you get out, we have some programs or some jobs lined up for you to be successful. Because I think that people are not getting the proper opportunities that they need to be successful. So they go back to something that they may not want to do, but unfortunately they might have to.
Now, what's the current manpower at the Port St. Lucie County?
St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, we have roughly 750 employees total.
And do you plan to expand that at all? Do you think that's enough to cover the job?
Absolutely.
What's your plan with that force?
So we need to definitely hire more deputies. We need more manpower in St. Lucie County. Right now we have roughly 15 deputies, including a supervisor on the road at all times. Mm-hmm. And that's roughly supervising a population of about 125,000 individuals. So we have about 12 to 13 road deputies and approximately 2 supervisors every shift.
Wow. So you probably need a little more help.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you an interesting question. When I was a federal agent and I worked for the criminal division of the IRS, we actually had more firearms training than most police departments.
Yeah.
The reason for it was if an IRS agent shoots somebody on the street, the publicity for the IRS would be horrific. Mm-hmm. So they spent the extra money to make sure that we got twice the training of most police departments. And here's what happened. We'd have to qualify twice a year. Mm-hmm. The other 2 times a year, we had simunitions training where, you got the paintballs and you put, arrest situations and you actually have to fire and whatnot. And then the fourth thing is we had was called the FATS machine, which is basically a judgment pistol shooting scenario machine. And if you couldn't get 100% of judgment, you would lose your weapon. Of course, I should, because you don't want somebody who doesn't have good judgment on the street. Do you guys does Port St. Lucie County have a FATS machine? Do they have a judgment shooting skill set? Do they have to get trained for judgment? And would you implement something like that? Because I think we can get federal money for it, so that that all your deputies are trained better than the other deputies anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have at our public safety training facility, we have a simulator that I did a couple times. If you get killed while you're doing the simulation, you have a belt that gives you 50,000 volts. It's not fun. Right. But definitely, I want to give all my deputies the tools necessary and the education to go out in the community and be successful. I think training is definitely key. Education is definitely key. We need to work on diversity. We're very diverse in St. Lucie County. Mm-hmm. So I think, being able to have more Creole officers in Creole areas, more Hispanic officers in Hispanic areas, really really helps out with pulling people from different areas rather than myself. I'm a little bilingual. I know a little Spanish. I took an incentive class, Spanish for law enforcement, but I think it's imperative that we have the proper people in the proper areas that know the community.
Right. Well, I think that's smart. That is smart. As long as we're not sacrificing quality for just the way somebody checks a box.
Correct. Absolutely.
You know, because especially in law enforcement, you want people that are capable. You want people that have the ability, but of course, you want people that know their people.
Yeah.
And that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have a simulator? Do they have? Did you do simunitions at all?
Yeah, absolutely. And we have regular training where we go out and we do real qualifications as well with real ammo, real live.
Okay. That's perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's excellent. Yeah, that's what you want. So you'll have the best trained deputies.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, training is paramount. Training is key. To have them go through incentive classes, whether it's report writing for law enforcement, whether it's taking diversity classes, culture classes to learn what's going on, new innovative. I mean, we're always being innovative. There's always new technology coming out, body cameras, cameras for the cars. I want the community to feel safe with law enforcement, though, and I'm really emphasizing on the community-oriented policing program. That's huge for the community. If we can get out there and really talk with every single, pastor, entrepreneur, business owner, if we can build those relationships, I think we'll have a very successful community in law enforcement, and we'll be successful at the sheriff's office, and I'll be a successful sheriff because we'll have lesser crime. People, they're not selling drugs in Beverly Hills.
No, absolutely. Have any of these defund the police movements affected the budgeting for the county at all?
No, not at all.
Good.
Fake news.
Okay, no, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
We'll never defund the police. That's fake news. We're here to help serve, protect the people.
Right, exactly.
And Giordano's here to help you in the community.
Right, exactly. So what else would you like to tell our audience about you, about your plans? And if you want to talk about anything else, I'm giving you, go ahead.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. So I'm running as a Democrat. I will still be a law and order sheriff. We're going to have crime. Things are going to happen. People are going to go to jail. We have great deputies there. We have phenomenal people who are risking their lives every single day to, protect people that they don't know.
Right.
And we need to back those brave men and women up. And if somebody does something wrong that's unethically or unmorally, you're going to get in trouble for it and
Right.
possibly terminated.
Right.
So I'm here to be transparent, hold myself and all my deputies accountable for their actions. But we have to, work in the community together with everyone. So it's huge.
No, that's true, because one bad cop
Yeah.
could really do more damage than.
Yeah. And we have to have a clean department right now. We're going through a lot of changes. The governor had appointed incumbent sheriff, and there's a lot of say about that. So we'll let the people decide in November. And I just want to let everybody know Giordano's here for you. I'm here for the community. I'm here for the deputies, and I'm here to help. I'm not here to hurt our community in any way.
Well, that's one of the things that really impresses me about you is you did not do this for political reasons. In other words, you wanted to be the sheriff to really help the community.
Yes, 100%.
And so you have a right heart.
Yeah, I'm passionate about our community. I'm passionate about people. Being a businessman, being an investor, being somebody that's from the community, went to school in the community, a product of St. Lucie County schools.
Right.
Giordano is here for the people. That's why I did my slogan, people over politics.
Right.
Because forget the politics when it comes to sheriff. Who are you going to vote for that you feel comfortable with to lead you and to help the trust in law enforcement for you?
No, right, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the only person who's really grown up in the community and been there. Basically, you're a lifelong.
Since the third grade.
Right.
Yeah.
So since you're 8
elementary,
years old,
middle,
elementary
high school, played sports my whole
Right.
life. I have a wife and 2 kids now.
Right.
My son's 8, my daughter's 4. I was at the nuclear power plant, like I said earlier, for almost 7 years, 10 years at St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office as a correctional deputy. I did my crossover program in 2014, graduated from the police academy in 2015. I left, and I got my realtor license, got my bail bonds license. I started doing different types of businesses, and I said, the bail bonds business wasn't good.
Right,
So
right.
I'm going to go back to the power
Well,
plant.
I mean, so you're a bit diverse.
Absolutely.
And you've made money in real estate. I mean, you're a smart guy. and you know how to run things. You run a business. You're
Absolutely.
successful.
I was the kitchen deputy at Rock Road for 5 years. I managed roughly 90 people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I was hiring, firing.
Right.
You know, we got deliveries, we got takeout, we got it's a whole management position right in its own.
Right. So
Yeah.
so I mean, so, you know, you got a good background. You got a good experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So we want to make sure, just give out your information once again. We want to make sure everybody can donate to your campaign, can email you for questions. And if anybody else wants to call in, the number is 888-994-4995, Studio A. We encourage you to call and speak to Steve live on the air.
Yeah, I'll be happy to take anybody's questions. My cell phone number is 772-812-3930. Call me anytime. Complaints, concerns, I'm here to help. It's GiordanoforSheriff.com. If you'd like to make a contribution, cool. It's at the bottom. You can click donate. Goes right PayPal. Goes right into my campaign account.
Well, we want to get some volunteers for you too. Steve can use door knockers, and because he wants to really meet everybody, and we certainly contact him if you'd like to volunteer, because I certainly believe in you.
Thank you, Mike.
And I believe in your mission, and I think that you'd make a great sheriff. And I haven't crossed party lines in a long time, but you are the exception to the rule.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, and I think you will do an amazing job. And I know that you would put the right people in place.
It's all God sent, you know. God put me on this mission, and I'm just doing what I can do and running it, you know.
And so we need volunteers. We need people to join the cause and help get Steve elected, and really you be getting behind the right candidate, and I think you would be the best person for the job. I truly believe that.
Thank you. I'm humbled by you saying that, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that we're gonna win this race, and I do believe that's going to happen. So, what else would you like to say? Anything about your opponents? Anything about the county? Anything else that you want people to know about you and what you plan to do?
Yeah. Nothing to say about my opponents. I want to run a clean campaign. I just feel I'm the better candidate because I grew up here. I went to school here. My name's Steven Giordano. If you need anything, I'm here to help. Working for the agency, know the people, know the community.
You know how I judge a politician?
I'm not a politician.
No, I know, but you're in politics. You're running for office. Yeah. When I see somebody come on the show and not sling mud, you know what that tells me?
What?
That tells me you have the ability to do the job.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Because the people that sling the most mud can't do the job. They don't take responsibility for their actions.
I just think it's unprofessional, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, but to some degree, but it tells me you have confidence in your ability, and you know that you can get that job and do it, and you don't need to tear somebody else down to have the biggest house on the block. And that's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I just want to help the community. I want to help the deputies, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So anything I can do, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, we got 2 minutes left for more info on you. Give it out one more time. We want people calling you. We want people knowing where you are. We don't want people to forget you. So one more time before we have to end the show.
You got it. Thank you, Mike. It's GiordanoforSheriff.com. My TikTok, GiordanoforSheriff.com. YouTube, GiordanoforSheriff.com. Website, GiordanoforSheriff.com. And you can reach me anytime. My cell phone number, 772-812-3930. People over politics.
Yeah, I really think that Steve would be the best candidate. He's very impressive guy when you meet him, and I think that if you have the time and the ability, if you're in Port St. Lucie County, please donate to his campaign. See if you can volunteer to help him. I think you'd be impressed with him as I am, and I think that it would be tremendous once you win the election and take office.
Well, this is a team effort. It's not about me. It's about the community and the people. And what can I do to help you? How can I set St. Lucie County up for success? What can I do to help you be better in any way that we can to help?
No, and I think that's the right attitude to have. And it's refreshing to have somebody who wants to go into politics, not for the position power, but to help the people and do the right thing. Yeah. And you are that guy.
We have and by the way, we had a Democratic sheriff for 23 years.
Right.
23 years we had a Democratic sheriff, and he did a great job.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you'll do a great job too.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's not so much the party; it's the person.
100%. It's definitely who is this guy? What is his motives? What's his intentions? What does he plan on doing? So I hope I got to answer some of those questions. If not, you can call me anytime.
Absolutely. Well, I just want to take the time to thank you for being on the show, and we're just about out of time. So you were a great guest.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you for watching the Political Power Hour with your host, Michael Velarde. If you would like to see a particular candidate on our show, please email us at michaelvelarde@gmail.com. That's one L in Velarde. We will see you next week.